The parasites are already there, packed into the folds of the buffalo's skin before the morning heat has fully risen. Ticks cling beneath the ears, buried like dark seeds in the hide. Others cluster along the neck, swollen with blood, their tiny bodies ballooning as they feed. In the thinner hair around the eyes and muzzle, flies crawl and lift and settle again, drawn to moisture, salt, and irritation. The buffalo is immense, horned, and built like a moving wall of muscle. Yet its body is under silent attack by creatures so small they vanish in the texture of its skin. It stands in the yellow light of the floodplain, breathing heavily through a nose dusted with mud. Each slow step sends grasshoppers snapping away from its feet. Its horns curve outward like weapons, shaped by years of conflict. But none of that strength can reach the enemies beneath its hair. A lion can be faced. A rival bull can be shoved back. But ticks do not challenge the buffalo from the front. They wait in grass, climb silently onto the legs, and disappear into the warm geography of the body. The buffalo twitches. Its hide ripples along the shoulder. A tail lashes hard across its flanks, striking at flies that return almost before the movement is finished. It rubs its neck against a rough tree trunk until flakes of bark fall away. But the relief is brief. The places it cannot reach remain crowded. Behind the ears, along the throat, between the folds of skin where blood flows close to the surface, the parasites continue their work. For a buffalo, this is more than irritation. Every mouthful of blood taken from its body is small, but hundreds of mouths feeding together become a drain. Ticks can weaken, inflame, and infect. Biting flies can keep an animal restless when it should be grazing, forcing it to spend energy fighting discomfort instead of building strength. In a world where survival depends on weight, stamina, and attention, even a tiny enemy can become a serious pressure. The herd moves toward water, drawn by thirst and heat. Dust hangs around their legs. Calves press close to their mothers, still too small to understand the hidden cost carried on the bodies around them. The old bull follows more slowly, his skin dark with sweat and mud, his ears flicking again and again. He lowers his head as if the weight of the parasites has become part of the weight of the day. At the edge of the waterhole, the surface trembles with insects and reflected sky. The buffalo steps in. Mud squeezes between its hooves. Cool water climbs around its legs, then its belly, then the lower stretch of its flanks. For a moment, the body that has been burning under sun and bite sinks into relief. Snorts. The bull exhales, nostrils flaring. As the water closes around the places where dust and insects have gathered, but the water is not empty. Small fish shift beneath the surface, quick flashes of movement in the shallows. They approach cautiously at first, drawn by the disturbance, by loosened skin, by tiny organisms stirred from the buffalo's hide. As the bull stands nearly motionless, the fish begin to work. They nibble around the submerged legs, picking at debris, dead skin, and small parasites loosened by water and mud. Their touches are faint, rapid, almost invisible from above, but to the buffalo, they are part of a different kind of relief. The great animal does not understand cooperation in human terms. It has not made an agreement with the fish. It has simply entered a place where another life form can benefit from its burden. The fish feed, and in feeding, they reduce what clings to the buffalo's body. Nature often builds its partnerships this way, not from kindness, but from overlapping needs. Above the waterline, another shift begins. A dark shape drops from the air and lands on the buffalo's back. Then another. Red-billed oxpeckers, light-footed and alert, move across the hide with sharp claws and sharper bills. They hop along the spine, tilt their heads, and begin searching through the hair. Their eyes are trained for what the buffalo cannot see. A tick near the shoulder disappears in a quick motion. Another is plucked from behind the ear. The bird swallows and moves on. The buffalo stands still. It could shake them off with one violent motion, but it does not. For the oxpeckers, the buffalo is not merely a perch. It is a landscape of food. For the buffalo, the birds are not servants, but living tools shaped by hunger. They reach into places horns and hooves never can. They search the ridges of the neck, the folds of the skin, the tender areas where parasites gather most heavily. Yet this relationship is not pure generosity. Oxpeckers feed on ticks, but they may also worry at wounds. Drawn to blood as much as parasites, the partnership is useful, but uneasy. The buffalo gains relief, and the birds gain a meal. Between them lies a delicate balance, one written not by trust, but by consequence. If the birds remove enough torment to be tolerated, they are allowed to stay. The fish continue below. The oxpeckers continue above. The buffalo becomes for a few minutes an entire ecosystem. Mud on its legs, birds on its back, fish at its submerged skin, insects still circling in the heat. What looked at first like a single suffering animal is revealed as a meeting point of many lives, each pulling something from the others, each shaped by the pressure of survival. As the sun climbs higher, the old bull lifts his head. Water slides from his muzzle. The birds ride the movement easily, adjusting their balance without leaving his back. Some of the swollen ticks are gone. The flies are fewer now, disturbed by water, birds, and motion. The relief is not complete. In nature, relief rarely is. But it is enough to matter. When the buffalo finally steps from the shallows, mud coats its legs like temporary armor. The oxpeckers remain with it, still searching, still feeding. The herd moves on through the grass, carrying its scars, its hunger, its strength, and its small passengers. The lesson is not that the mighty are free from weakness. It is that strength alone is never enough. Even the largest animals live within invisible systems of pressure and assistance. A buffalo may survive lions, drought, and battle, yet still depend on fish in the water and birds on its back to ease the tiny mouths that drain it. In the wild, survival is not solitary. It is stitched together from need, tolerance, and the strange alliances that turn suffering into balance.